Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Truth Hurts. I'm Andrew the Love Doctor, and I specialize in breakups and catching people creeping, lying, and cheating in relationships. This is a sad time for me. Labor Day used to be a great weekend for me, because I used to go to the West Indian Day Parade, which with me is bigger than Christmas. Lilith, who used to help me prepare for the television show, The Truth Hurts. Quote from my book. I also picked this weekend to host my first television show, The Truth Hurts. With Lilith at my side, it will be a huge success. I'm telling you as a man, it's nothing like working on something and having your woman watching you and be proud of you while you're doing it. It's the greatest feeling in the world. I will host the show on Saturday and the Labor Day Carnival on Monday. Lilith, coming directly from the airport by cab, was unable to make the first part of the taping. But after the intermission, when we was about to start the second half, my beloved comes walking through my studio door A. As executive producer, I immediately shut down all production until my Lilith was in place on the set to see her man at work. Her presence is of great importance to me. Very rare do I get to shine, and this was my shining moment. My 15 minutes of fame. The rush I received from the first part of the taping was phenomenal. I had power and I wielded it wisely. Lilith noticed I was a natural to be in front of the camera because I was able to work without a teleprompter guiding me on what to say. The audience were hyped with the topic's discussion. I made valid points, and Lilith was impressed with the way I gave orders to the staff and how the staff respected and responded to me. In other words, she saw a lot of potential within me, which is exactly what I wanted to offset my vice with her. After the show, Lilith and I will go back to the hotel, and of course I always had a gift package awaiting Lilith. See how narcissists ruin the holidays? And sabotages something good over a big dick that's never there longer than 2 months. Then on top of this was my mother's greatest time. She loved Atlantic City. In 35 years, there was not 1 year she did not go for the Labor Day weekend. This was her vacation's resorts. She didn't have a gambling problem, but she was happiest at the one-armed bandit. One time she came back home unhappy. Some asshole at the casino made a rule that all the rooms with views, oceanside, will be reserved for VIPs, and gave her a room facing a wall. I wrote the president of that casino, and I told him off in an eloquent way, but very harsh. My mom was pissed because she thought that she would be blacklisted by them. Then to her surprise, a few weeks later, she received an apology letter from the president of that casino itself, and received a free room with the best view, and a gift package with champagne and flowers in the room. My mom was so happy to know that her son picked up for her and accomplished by receiving an apology from a Fortune 500 establishment. I hope my father didn't throw away that letter when we were removing her papers. It's the only great thing I ever done for that woman. This video is an anniversary because it's my 200th YouTube video with 178 videos on narcissism. Since I learned enough about narcissism, I stopped watching narcissistic videos because I don't want anybody to say I stole their material. I have my own unique style of delivery. Red flag, run! To the point where it's become my trademark. People love it so much that they are asking me to make trinkets, hats, shirts, etc., which will be available at the 2018 Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Convention in New York City next year. To do something special, for a weekend that was always special, I'm going to do something that I've never done. I'm going to utilize a comment from my viewers. It was so profound and touching that everyone needs to hear it. This gentleman summed it up. All of my 178 videos on narcissism, I couldn't do a better job relaying the message. From Mike Frazier 6 days ago on Red Flag number 70, The Jezebel Spirit of a Narcissist. Andrew, I feel your pain. We were in love with the illusion, the false self. It took me over a year to recover. It completely broke my mind and heart. They have a degree of dissociative personality disorder. They have fractured personalities, usually related to childhood trauma. They appeal to the white knight in men. It's part of their trap. There were red flags, but you ignored them because you wanted her to be what you wanted her to be. And she was acting the part for you, so she could get her supply of adoration and attention. It's what they do. Everything was a lie. And that is the hardest thing for our hearts to accept. It was real for you, and you want it to be real for them. They don't know how to love, or at least give love. I found out that she was in a swingers relationship with her neighbors that she called a normal friendship. Laugh out loud. Fucking sucker. She spent 4 years telling me how she never cheated on anyone, was always honest and sexually decent, and how she was a Christian, and spent our whole relationship sexually interacting with the man next door, who watched her have sex with his wife in front of him within the first 2 months of moving where we lived. She called it joking. I called it being a whore, and a slut, and a freak, and cheating. The three of them all fucked. Narcs are total chameleons. They have no real personality of their own. They become who their audience want them to be in order to get the attention and adoration and the acknowledgement their insecure egos require for validation. They are nothing more than insecure, broken children inside of adult bodies. They are seriously fucked up people in the worst way because they are in total denial of their problem. The denial is what makes them dangerous because they won't even acknowledge they have a problem. Red flag! When you see someone have a negative behavior that they are in denial of, run! They are completely unconscious and have almost zero self-awareness or emotional intelligence. You basically fell in love with a fucked up 8-year-old child with nice tits and used sex to connect with you. They have emotionally stunted and toxic shame-based personalities, which they usually result of childhood sexual abuse or some type of emotional abuse, related trauma, and invalidated them as children. Their minds and emotions are broken. Parts of them are normal, but more of them are broken. That's what makes it hard. Seeing the normal, which you love, but not being able to deal with their brokenness. It's not our job to fix them. If they don't want help, fuck them. Move on and find someone normal. At least now you have the experience and insight of what to pay attention to in order to avoid it happening again. You are the stronger and better as a result of this. In all honesty, as I look at it now, I just feel pity for the person. Because she will never have a real loving relationship in her life because she don't know how to love. And will be vulnerable with other human beings. Bitch was and is fucked up. And everyone thinks she's the sweetest, nicest girl they ever met. This is what they do. Put on a false, happy face with everyone in order to mask their misery. They feel inside they are afraid and face to deal with and heal from. She was attention-seeking, sexual deviant, under false persona she exhibits. They're freaks. We're not. And take strength in knowing they are fucked up people. And you are the normal one. This is what happens when sanity encounters insanity. Interjection. This is what happens when sanity encounters insanity. Boom! You can't rationalize emotional and psychological insanity. You'll drive yourself nuts. Just walk away and let the bitch fucked up her own life. She ain't your problem. What you were in love with wasn't real. That's the hardest part of everything. It's accepting what you were in love with wasn't real. You just wanted it to be real. They reflected it back upon you. What you want. It's a reflection. It's not who they actually are. This is what makes them so mentally damaging. They're broken people inside, miserable, and they know it. We are better. We are normal. We have emotional intelligence. Best way to get over them is to constantly say, fuck that bitch. She's a fucking mess. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm the good person here, not you. Next. All the best, bro. Keep up the good work. It gets easier once you reach the place of total acceptance. That they are the fucked up people. And you got duped. It can happen to anyone. You're a good guy. I can tell. You have a heart. Give to someone that will treat it well. In time, you will meet the right person. And that fucking nut you was in love, lust with will become a distant memory. I'm really sorry for what you went through. It really hurts. It really sucks. But it gets better. I can totally empathize. Just put the chick out of your mind and try to focus on other things.